What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Be sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. The little petition that could. It had really slowed down to 500 people a day, and now today, I don't know what happened. I think the servers went down for a little bit. Either way, when they came back, maybe this had to do with people upset with DEI detected being hacked earlier. I don't know. Either way, you came back with a vengeance. Over 2,000 people. You see at the top right, almost 2,500 people have signed today, hitting 87,000 signature goal. And I know it says 150 goal. That's not the next goal. The next goal is the final goal, and that is 100,000 signatures. Well, Badger, what happens when you get 13,000 more signatures? Well, Grummz has said they're going to print out this petition with all the names, which turns out to be a lot of boxes with a lot of signatures, and then physically deliver them to the Shift Up offices in, I believe, San Francisco and Korea. So that is the plan. Again, only 13,000 signatures away from this thing being done and wrapped up, printed out, and delivered, probably with a bow. I don't know. I didn't mean that to rhyme, but that's fine. That too. Either way, let's go. And I just think if you're still thinking this is all about the boobies and the gore, it is a little bit, but it's really, truly about censorship, how it starts small and ends big. Giggity. And I have this article. It's a real quick read, but this person's opinion piece, redstate.com. Here we go. It's not about revealing clothes, how Stellar Blade became a front in the culture war. And make no mistake, this is connected to the culture war. I've been reporting on the drama unfolding around the South Korean video game from Shift Up Studios called Stellar Blade. The only reason there's drama behind it is because radical leftists are furious that the game sports a beautiful female protagonist with sex appeal. Here in the West, the left has made it clear that a beautiful female protagonist isn't something that can happen. Any female character in a video game must be uglified or made less pretty. And boy, have we seen that time and time again. Looking at you, Mary Jane from Spider-Man 2. Fable. Yeah. So why? Because it could harm people's feelings and harm their self-confidence. Unrealistic beauty standards. It should be noted that studies have shown this to be a lie, but the narrative must survive for the left to have the excuse to push censorship and box checking. The game finally dropped on Friday and quickly became the third highest rated game by user score in PS5. Yeah, great reviews. That's why this bit of infection from ideologically possessed censorship is what taints it and makes it so much more important that we stop this now and give players what they actually paid for, regardless if it's still fun to play. Anyway, let's continue. But the release of the game was marred by day one patch that took some of the costumes and gore effects and censored them for Western audiences. Other countries, such as Japan, did not undergo these censorship patches to the main characters' outfits that covered up more skin. This caused gamers to revolt against Sony. Now, of course, caused a lot of sycophantic ones to defend Sony for some strange reason, like you own stock or something, but whatever. With former Blizzard employee turned free speech activist Mark Kern, shout out, leading a charge to convince people to cancel their memberships to PlayStation Network, and really their PlayStation Plus, paying extra money, which we did. Shout out to Sael here for posting these collages of people canceling their PlayStation Plus plans, subscriptions, and all, and citing Stellar Blade. And of course, here, just if you needed a reminder, there is the boobies that is covered, there is the gore that is reduced. But again, no problem with other rated M for mature games, no problem in other countries. But for us, continuing here, it says Kern also has the ongoing petition, which we just saw at the time of this. It was 50,000. It's now 87,000. Again, 13,000 away from goal. And this is just him recapping it. But I thought that was a good overall group here, is that this is coming from ideology. It's coming from one side of the aisle, and it is infecting everything. It's yes, it's boobs and it's gore, but it is a bigger symptom of censorship and control. That's what it always boils down to, is censorship and control, and who has that control. And here we go. He goes, that's this small group of, this is really, we could be talking about movies or comics or anything. This small group of psychopaths is making decisions on behalf of everyone else. They are deciding what's appropriate for us to view. They are deciding what we get to consume and how. They have appointed themselves the arbiters of morality, and they love nothing more than shoving it in people's faces. This is the right side of history, people. That mythical right side of history. They keep making things for the mythical modern audience. That's bad enough, but these people are absolute hypocrites. If the media in question checks enough boxes and has the representation they believe is necessary, they'll applaud things with gratuitous sex and nudity, including Baldur's Gate. I have no problem with it, but just pointing out there's straight up gay bear sex or bestiality sex in Baldur's Gate. No problem with that, but this is somehow an issue. I don't get it. Suddenly, the idea that there's too much skin showing isn't a big deal. But if it doesn't check enough boxes, it's suddenly guilty of social sins and actions must be taken, or else. These people have proven they have no business deciding anything. They are themselves guilty of some of the worst hate mongering and bigotry in the modern era. This dude is on point. They just mask it with talk of social justice and claims and about being fair that they have no basis in reality. This is why gamers are mobilizing over Stellar Blade. This isn't about a hot girl showing a little more skin. This is about pushing back against people who think they know better and are better than you. This is about prying their grasp off of our culture and proving they're not as powerful as they think, not just to them or ourselves, but to every corporation and creator watching. Brandon Morse, Brosif, what up? I will be hitting you up at some point. That is the most base, of course, it's redstate.com, but still, that's the most nuanced base take I've taken, because the right normally ignores this whole culture. So that is what it is about. It is saying, get your filthy hands off of our culture. We can handle it. You do not know any better than us. And if we really want to get down to brass tacks of morality, I think you would be the one lacking. So yeah, one more time, let's give it the refresh. 87,003. Just barely past 2 weeks. Let's go. And with a far, remember, this is only on PlayStation, and even some of them are coping and saying it's fine. This is a far fewer amount of people doing this, and look how fast, look how quickly we are. Much like with Helldivers 2, we won far sooner than we ever thought, and that some people even thought was possible. And I hope you apply that lesson to this right now. Let's get this to 100,000. Let's get that printed out. Let's get this censorship from ideology removed from this game while we still have pop culture left to save. Let me know what you think of this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.